Hi team, good afternoon. Today I'm here in front of you, with two more new requirements, right? So these, like before getting, into the requirements, right? So actually, I just want to tell you one thing, okay? So the purpose of launching, like a YouTube channel, I have clearly explained in one of my, not one of, it is the first video saying that to avoid few things and to make sure few things. Okay, in that, let me tell you the important point, right? So I want to make sure that everyone, like the qualified persons, okay, are not missing the right opportunities. Okay, because we are not looking at WhatsApp because of huge volume of flow. Okay, so by the time we look at the WhatsApp, promptly and get back to you, it may get a few days of delay. But here, like since we are domestic recruiters, when we get any kind of international requirement, right, the submission of profiles will be, okay, the time of submission for profiles will be in hours only, either 2 hours or 3 hours, right? So after 3 hours or 4 hours, if I go back to them and say that, like I have a qualified profile, then they will say that, like we already have good number of profiles. Okay, that is because of, huge competition. There are n number of, like vendors available in India. Okay, so for that, right? So that is the reason, like we have experienced and, like so here is the point. So when I'm not, when I'm getting a qualified profile after, the submission process is completed, then the candidate is in loss and I am in loss because, like I lost business as well. So to make sure, to avoid all these things, we have come up with a YouTube channel where I'm spending some time wherever I am, right? So be it in India or be it outside, wherever I am, I'm taking some time, spending some time and trying to like putting all points together here in a YouTube channel, right? So when a candidate, okay, subscribes to the YouTube channel, as soon as I put a video regarding the new requirements, right? So this they will get a pop-up and they can look at for the video and see that whether it relates to them or not. If it is related to them, then only go through the video and apply accordingly. If it is not, ignore it. Okay. So I felt that this is one of the option where like it will directly reaches to the candidate and prompts gives alert saying that there is a new requirement in JL case. Okay, this is number one. And number two, right? So I am getting, like hundreds of WhatsApp messages with the same common questions, right? So to avoid that, right? So like, for example, let's say candidate sitting in India, they doesn't know that I am in US. Okay, so their morning time, their afternoon time, they started calling on WhatsApp. They started, putting messages in WhatsApp. Okay, where I will be sleeping in US. Okay, so to avoid those kind of disturbances, right? So then, then I thought, let me put all details here. And the eligible candidate and the smart candidate will not waste time getting into WhatsApp. Instead, they will utilize this video and immediately they will go to that, apply process and they will apply it, right? So that's what, like these are the two intentions. Okay. So it is not any kind of intention to earn money from YouTube. Okay. So I have a good business. Okay. So if at all I get some money from this YouTube, right? Then that money will be dedicated to any kind of charity. That option also I'm giving to you guys only. You can come back to me and say that, like I will post that video also saying that I got, this much of money from YouTube. You can, guide me that, like this is the charity where you can jail case and help. I will definitely, provide my help to the charity, okay, from the money which I get YouTube from the YouTube channel. But it is not our intention. JLK's intention is only one thing. Number one, we want to make sure that, okay, the alerting mechanism, right? Okay, the right alerting, real-time alerting mechanism to the candidate who is seeking for a job. Okay, so when they subscribe, okay, so that they will get the real-time alerts. Number two, and the second point is for me, I don't want to get more WhatsApp messages. Okay, so let's think smartly. Let's not waste time on that WhatsApp messages, right? And let's not lose golden opportunities. Okay, so market, we don't know how it is happening. So let's always try to be more secure. Great, so, fine. So I have seen I think near about 70 plus subscriptions are done, and more in most of that, right? So I see that most are vendors only. As soon as I post any video, right? So a lot of vendors are reaching to me. Okay, not a comparatively less number of candidates. So I would request candidates who are job seekers, please go and subscribe. That will be benefited for you and for me as well to gain good business and supplying a qualified resource to the customer where I gain trust and I get more business there. Right? Okay, fine. Chalo. So that is what it is. Now I'm coming back to the roles. Okay. So now before starting these roles, okay, I just want to say these roles are these, okay, these roles are vendor eligible roles. What does it mean? It means that vendor can supply profiles to these roles. Okay. Yes. Now I am starting with the role one. A role one is nothing but, it is a senior project manager or project manager role who has come from commerce domain. Okay, e-commerce domain. Okay, because, as you see here, right? So they have a multiple projects on the e-commerce domain. Okay, so that, this project manager should be in a position to handle, a smaller projects. Okay. Initially, the start date would be, ASAP in the sense the timeline, right? So it is from 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. Interview profile shortlist, everything will happen in 2 weeks, and the interviews will happen and selection will happen. Onboarding also will happen within 4 weeks. That is the duration which they have given. And the project duration, initially they said 3 months because since it is a key management role, right? They want to make sure that they have a right resource on bench, sorry, on board. Okay. So 3 months. Okay. If the candidate is suitable for this, then it is going to be very long term because I see that there are huge number of multiple projects. Okay. And now coming to the location. It is a Pune, India, and hybrid. Ideally, they are saying a 2 to 3 days. I can make it a 2 days, okay, on site. And the time zone is a CET mainly with some kind of overlap with the US. Okay, these are the main details. These are the main details for this role. Okay, and regarding this, right, hybrid, I will not guarantee now itself, but what I can do is I can try to convert this role as a remote after 1 month. Okay, but 1 month, 2 or 3 days should be there. Okay, and don't look at this 3 months, it is going to be very long term, trust me. And now if you see the responsibilities, all it's a quite normal, common, a project management responsibilities, right? Okay, handling the small projects and should be from the commerce domain, and templates is the project management end to end, right? And if this is very important. 5 plus is the project management in commerce domain. You should have a project management at some couple of projects which should be more than 5 years. This is very important. And all these key skills, right? Governance, stakeholder management, all these are not quite common. I don't see anything, specific or everything, different from regular project management roles and responsibilities. And so regarding the certifications, I would prefer to have, like love to see a PMP or Prince 2 certification, right, in your resume, so that that client also feels that like yes, this candidate is a certified project manager, right? Okay, that would be added value. Okay, so out of this competition, right? If you want to stand, your profile want to stand something unique, it's better to have a certification. Okay, but that is not mandatory, but I would love to. Okay, so this is about the role one. Okay, and I'm talking about a role two. Okay, role two is SAP solution architect. Okay, SAP solution architect. Preferably, the candidate should be from SAP logistics background. When I say logistics module, SDM, MPP, SC, supply chain management modules, right? Okay. So those modules, and it is also the same kind, 3 months CAT, well, same story for this also, like 2 to 4 weeks start date, and like within 4 weeks interview selection process, onboarding, everything will be done. Initially 3 months is a testing period. After that you will get a minimum 1 year of contract extension, and 2 to 3 days. This also I will not promise, but I can try to get like a remote option after a month. Okay, because I have did in several cases, okay, in this 4 years of jail case history. Okay, so the way like you go there, you work, you interact with the team, you interact with the project, okay, you interact with the stakeholders, you gain a confidence, then like no one will care about where you are working from. They always cares about the delivery what you give it, right? Yeah. So this is what they are looking at, the roles and responsibilities, end-to-end solution providing. Okay, solution at multiple functional areas and decision making, primary architecture. So when I say primary architecture is decision maker, right? So what does it mean? Like you have a landscape, system landscape. Okay. So for example, let me take one simple example, like there is a requirement of data movement from a legacy system to SAP system. Okay. In that case, which ETL tool you prefer? Okay. So that when you are going to prefer any kind of tool, right? So obviously, right? So you will take, like several factors into consideration, like total cost of ownership, what is the cost, and how many, how the cost is calculated based on the number of licenses, and like what is the flexibility, what is the schedules, what is the volume of data, I don't know, is it a what kind of real time, near real time? So based on all those things, you need to come out with a kind of a decision, giving two options or three options to the customer, saying that this is option number one, which I prefer to inject this tool into your landscape because this is the justification. If not, second option. If not, third option. So that is what the decision making. Okay, it is not that like your solution. Okay, it is a architecture decision. Okay, so in that case, like for example, let's say I am a SAP guy. Okay, with near about like 20 plus years of experience. Okay, I am an analytics guy, right? But I know several SAP components. Like I started with R by 3, then I have seen NetWeaver stack, then I have seen like uh, uh, S4 stack, then I have seen like BTP stack. Then I have seen BAS. Okay, so several platforms I've seen, right? So I can talk about it. Okay, so which tool? Okay, if it is like a dashboarding, I would say go to Power BI or ClickView, or like if it is a planning, I will ask them to go to SAC planning, right? So those kind of the capability should be there with the candidate. And this what deeply understand, that's what I am talking about, right? And integration interfaces, that's what I talked about. And when you talk about interfaces, what does it mean? It means that data inflow or outflow. Okay, data inflow or outflow. So for inflow, okay, where is the data coming from? Which interfaces we need to use? Okay, it is not a technical, but again, you should be in a position to guide them, like for example, SAP to SAP. You tell them that IDOC. Yeah, a 15 years SAP experience can guide, should be in a position to guide that. If it is a SAP to non-SAP, outflow SAP to non-SAP. If it is a low volume of data, you say O data. If it is huge volume of data, you say BODS or any kind of ETL tool, right? So that kind of architecture experience, and translate business requirements into architecture roadmaps. So all these points talks about the same story. You are a SAP guy, and your core area is in this. Your core area is SAP logistics module. That means you can give a solution in logistics modules. But right now you are giving solution in SAP architecture. That is how this job description is driven. Okay. It is not mandatory that like you should be from logistics module, but that is a primary preference. If you are from finance background, that's okay, fine, no problem. Then if you are able to do all this stuff, okay, that's okay. Okay. If you are from warehouse management, if you are from extended warehouse management, that's fine, no problem. Right? But you should have this architect experience. Which tool to inject where, why, justification. Okay. And the eligibilities, right? So 15 plus years of experience and 5 plus as like architecture. And you see like fluent English. And in my last video, I said this is a crap statement. Okay. So without having this kind of fluent English, a candidate cannot reach 15 plus years of experience with multiple projects of experience, right? But the customer always feels happy to write this statement. Okay. And next, cross-functional, communicate stakeholders, influence stakeholders. All this, I don't see anything more. What is it? Anything special here? Okay. So CET time zone and Pune and hybrid working center. And for these certifications, right, I would love to see TOGAF certification and as well as SAP certifications. Now I am a solution I worked as a solution architect. Okay, I have come from like a web background way back in 2000. Okay, so on analytics, completely my career, flown in analytics. Okay, so there, like I have a, when career is growing in a ladder, right? So I have, like different certifications like ABAP. That time I did XI, BW, BW4 HANA, HANA, native HANA, right? So like that, I have SAP certifications, 9 SAP certifications, and the project management, I have, Scrum, PMP, those stuff. Like that, your core SAP certifications, and as well as if you have a TOGAF, that will be really added value for customer, for me, and for you. Okay. The customer will think that JLKS is giving the right candidates, right? So this is all about the two requirements. Requirement one is project manager with commerce domain, and requirement two is a solution architect with logistics. Okay, and this if you want, if you see that you are qualified, please apply to hr@jlksinfotech.com. Okay, please apply to hr@jlksinfotech.com. Right? If you want complete JD also, you can ping and you can ask me. I will straight away share this, ping in the sense, write email. Okay. So JDs, I'm saving it on my desktop. You can ask me. So for which role? Okay. When you're applying, if you are applying for role 2, okay, in subject line, you just put the statement like this. in subject line, okay, subject of your email, when you're applying subject, okay, put like this. If it is role one, put role one and that. Okay, the project manager. If it is role one, you just try to put this statement here. This statement here. Okay, in subject line. Fine. And now, okay, I have told you how to apply and how what needs to be written, here. Okay, and now, what are the benefits, right? We are trying to give some kind of benefits, to the candidates. Number one, laptop provision is there, is available. Okay. Number two, okay, we are encouraging by paying 500 rupees as on-site allowance when candidate is at office. Okay, for example, if the candidate is at office for 6 days, 6 into 5, okay, 3,000, right? Yeah, so that will be deposited to the candidate's account. And third is what? After 3 months, okay, if the candidate receives renewal, okay, that means the candidate is proven, right? Then 25% of hike is available on the current package. These are the three benefits which we are giving from JLK side because we are 3.5 years old. We want to encourage candidates and so that candidates will be with JLKs for a long term. You grow, I grow. Okay, so that's always my statement is my quotation is simple. Let's support each other and grow together. Right. So this is all about the requirements. Okay, role one and role two I have explained how to apply, I have explained everything I have explained. Fine. So this is what it is. I wish you all the very best. Good luck to the folks. Go through this video and please apply accordingly. Okay, don't delay. Okay, let's take like 24 hours from now. Okay, thank you very much. All the very best.